And we are joined this morning here at the Staples Center by the Reverend Jesse Jackson, who spent time with this family. Have they had even a minute to mourn?
No, not very much. The good news is they're a strong and a big family and very religious-centered. The grand matriarch of the family, Catherine Jackson, for example, I rushed out to see them on Friday morning just after Michael's sudden transition, and Mrs. Jackson was speaking through her tears. I've lost my son, I've lost my baby. Michael was a good boy. They chopped together, she said, and he trusted her so much. That's why he named his baby Catherine. That's why he bequeathed his will to her. But while focusing on the sadness of it all, the joy was the global response to his music when the king had retained his crown. There was a certain joy, almost redemptive. But then, they didn't hear from the doctor. And the coroner didn't hear from the doctor. And he didn't sign the death certificate. Then his car was impounded. He shows up with a lawyer. And so then what was the inquiry becomes an investigation. So that dimension, it took them far afield.
And the police are knocking on the door with a search warrant.
Knock on doors. And then, as I said, inquiry becomes investigation. Then his custody of his children, his mega business empire, and all that just kept expanding.
What does the family want to get out of today?
At one level, to get this part over, because there's so much to be done. I mean, the people's response to Michael must be gratifying, given the hits he took the last 10 years, to see Michael appreciate it and the Jacksons appreciate it. Let's not forget, we focus there on the glamour of Hollywood, but this starts in Gary, Indiana. I mean, how unlikely, a family, 11 people in 4 rooms. The boys and their parents in one bedroom, the girls on the couch in the other bedroom. And yet out of that comes a praying mother who was a seamstress who made Michael's and all of their uniforms. A father who was a welder and a crane operator, teaching music and dance by night. Out of that tight family comes the #1 musical family in the whole world. So somehow Gary must be kept in perspective, because out of that came a structure and family values. And I think that's, all of us cannot be Michael Jackson. But what happened in that household is worthy to be praised.
And people who came from places similar to that attach their emotions to his ascendancy.
Well, that little white house on the side of the road on Jackson Street may be connected to the big white house on the side of the street in Pennsylvania, happened in New York, in Washington, because somehow the impact of Michael having such global impact of unifying people, inspiring people. And so I think there is sadness today, but there's a certain joy over his impact, cultural impact upon the world.
Very, very quickly, anything that you saw in your entire encounters with Michael Jackson that would leave you to believe there was credence in any of the sordid allegations against him?
No, I mean, we spent tough times together, like during the Neverland crisis, and I spent a lot of time with him then. As he restructured his business, we spent a lot of private time together. And I saw him as strong in his business vision as on the stage. A lot of the stuff that's out, I missed that. I'm glad I did, because I found in Michael a good mind, lots of joy, and I'll remember him for his music and for his joy.
Reverend Jackson, thank you. Good to see you.